Welcome to the month of May 2024. Virgo, Dadhichi here from astrology.com.au. It's a pretty significant month, not an easy one in some respects, but animating the chart, we see straight away these combination of planets in the 9th sector of your horoscope, the 8th sector here, and 6 and 7. So it's all weighted in the western part of the zodiac right now. This 9th house is very, very important. You're going to see why in a few minutes by keeping your eye on this lunar movement, the transits of the moon. And here we see Jupiter, Uranus, the Sun, and Venus activating this 9th house of spirituality, value systems, legal matters, higher education, foreign travel. These are all the areas that are governed by this sector of your zodiac. It's a sign of Taurus. These planets are influencing your sun sign right now, depending on the date you were born in Virgo. But so the first thing we see here is a dominance, the upper part of the chart, and a movement to expanding your horizons. This is generally what is noted by the 9th house of your horoscope. The moon moves in here and becomes new. This lunation, the new moon in your 9th house, shows a whole departure from the way previously you had looked at your spiritual values, your intellectual desires, your studies, that sort of thing. So that's a very, very important development. And the new moon shows us that you're ready now to make the appropriate changes to break your ties with your past value systems. Now, that's the 9th house, but we have to take a look down here. You cannot work with all of this stuff because this 8th house, which is the house behind it, the house behind any house usually negates that house. And I'm not saying that's a full negation, but I'm saying with Mars here in Aries in your 8th, with the karmic planet and inquisitive Mercury, the 8th house has to do with all of those areas of your personality that are holding you back. They are the psychological knots, the unconscious and subconscious areas that have to be worked through. And of course, if you're not going to address these issues, it's going to be very hard to soar spiritually, to really understand what it is you want to do, not just in terms of a whim, but your career. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute too, because that's going to be a very, very important focus over the next 12 months for those of you born under the sign of Virgo. Mercury moves out of that in that 8th house after doing its inquisitorial work. So that's quite a nice movement. Mars here is combative, and it really is the most difficult planet for you. This shows us that some of your psychological dramas have to play out in the area of shared resources, money. And there's a bit of a karmic thing tied in with this. When you see Mars, the combative planet, associating with the dragon, there's some payback here, especially there around the 20th, up until the 23rd. Watch what's going to happen here. A couple of things. Firstly, the sun will move into the 10th professional sector of your horoscope, just as the moon swings around here, and on the 23rd is a full moon in your 4th house. So this, what we call the 4-10 axis, is going to be really, really focused. And the full moon is going to shine its light. It's going to brighten this 4th house, your family area, your domestic sphere, your mother, and your inner self-contentment as a result of this interplay with the Sun and Venus. You see, Venus just snuck in there also after the Sun. Powerful full moon, and the moon does actually have what we call directional strength in this lower portion of your horoscope. So that gives it additional strength. It is the planet or the body that regulates your 11th house, fulfillment of dreams, friendships, So there's a correlation here between your friendships, your family activities, and your work. And that brings me to that last point that I wanted to talk about. For the first time in 12 years, the significant transit of Jupiter into the 10th house. What a lovely combination you have here. If you cannot forge ahead in your work at this time, you're never going to be able to do it. This is really the time to expand, to shine, that's the sun, to persuade, that's Venus, to expand and to fulfill, that is Jupiter. And Jupiter for you rules your 4th house. So that's tying in a lot of the family stuff, making sure that all your domestic ducks are in a row so that you can absolutely move forward ahead, 100% full steam ahead in your career without any of those other burdening issues. That's firstly the psychological issues we talked about here, the educational issues. There may be something lacking there in terms of your skill sets. Now is the time to get all of that in order so you can make this next 12 months really, really successful, gives you the opportunity to climb the ladder of success, and that is a very, very fortunate combo to end the month on. Don't forget to look at astrology.com.au. Follow the links. We're going to talk a little more there. We've got more information for the month of May and for the rest of 2024 for that matter. Subscribe, drop me a like, a line, a hello. If you need me, I'm here at your disposal, and I'll be back again next month with more for you, Virgo. Take care. Bye-bye now.